Knoxville.
Ronnie Tickle, Memphis.
Bill Mason, Greenbrier.
Keith Whittington, Johnson City.
Reese Smith, Franklin.
Thank you. Do you have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let's move to the hardships.
Move to approve the hardships.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Has anybody reviewed the November 28th?
Move we approve both November 28th and January 3rd.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Let's move to the waive files.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Got my uniform dirty.
Interviews. Randy?
Yep, I've got one. It was Prime Time HVAC, looking for a CMC C license, HVAC and refrigeration. The gentleman had a felony back in 2003 and served a 5-year probation period, but we had no record of him being released from probation, even though it appears that the charges have been expunged. He's had no other felonies or whatever. His work history and experience and that kind of thing, references and all that check out. So I'm recommending that we grant this guy a license once we receive a formal letter of release from his probation, which he is working on, and he's going to get that to us. So I recommend we approve that. That was the only one I had.
Thank you. Mark?
Yeah, I had one 72145 Robinson Mechanical. It was a felony. He served some time, was released from probation in 2014, and I'm recommending approval.
Thank you. I have two. Both of mine are house flippers. One of them 72072 Classic Renovation Design. They're out of Memphis, Tennessee. They were actually watching or helping their mother. She was actually doing the houses, and they were kind of overseeing the jobs. And they had pulled their permit out of Shelby County. And so they didn't know they had to have a license, but they found out. So they have applied for a license, a builder's license, and I asked a $350,000 limit is what they would like. I'd like to approve them for that limit, and also subject to a fine of $200. And then I've got one more, another house flipper. 72156. This gentleman had done 2 houses himself that belonged to him. The last one he did was going to be over a limit for sure, and he hired a contractor to do his work, and the contractor did not do a real good job, so he kind of watched the job, and then when he found out that you needed a license, he also has applied for a license. And I asked to grant him a license, but fine him $200 for working without a license. If I could have a motion to approve my two, I appreciate it. Go all together. Okay, Bill, go ahead.
All right, I've got 4. 72179 Protec Electrical for CE. He did some karate fighting in the 1980s, and but he's been off probation since that time, long off probation. Recommend that be approved. And 72017 PSI Services. He had a drug felony. He's been off probation since 2013. He's been doing work in Williamson County as subcontractor and employee, and recommend that he be approved with a guarantee agreement. Home Improvement 8785, Rayo Construction and Roofing. Job over the limit, recommended a $250 civil penalty, and Home Improvement 8836 Kirk Finnerty of Knoxville over the limit. Also a $250 civil penalty and approve.
Discussion on one you brought up,
All right.
PSI Services.
Yeah.
Isn't that really quite similar to our examination service, and should that name not be in question?
The correct name is Create and Construct LLC. $72017. Is that the same number you had, Bill?
Yeah, let me look at it and see. You're right, it is Create and Construct. I don't know why I had PSI Services on.
Right up here.
Okay.
You saw it right up there.
On the
I'll be
second
looking at the
page.
exam score.
All right, I'm sorry. Thank you, Keith. The name of that was, that's my mistake. Create and Construct LLC.
No problem. I've got three. The first one is 61257 Michael Siebers. This is part of, or I shouldn't say part of, this applicant appeared before the board, testified back during a formal hearing back in the summer. Recollection of that formal hearing, he admitted to pulling permits for his father's license, electrical. He admitted to pulling the license himself, and the purpose of the formal hearing was we had some breakers that had been removed after inspection. So in light of all of the concerns, I have or will make a motion that we deny this license at the current time.
Didn't I review this once before and deny it as well? I mean, this is not the first time he's come to us with a license request since then.
I remember pulling the breakers.
Listen,
As a witness to that.
yeah, as a witness for the summary suspension hearing, but I didn't know anybody else has reviewed his case.
Thought I reviewed the same guy and denied a license earlier, so that this is fine to me too.
Well, and
Is he going to keep coming back trying for licenses?
I've told him to wait at least 2 years. I told him to get a handsome resume and get a clean record built up of some good references over a 2-year period, and come back and we'd consider it at that time. That was my recommendation to him. Now, he may decide to come back next month. I don't know, but the next one I have is 72161. It is M&M Works. Applicant for a BCA license, $200,000 limit. Everything looked good about this, with the exception of in his experience, he did list a house that he flipped. So I'm proposing that we approve this license upon receipt of a civil penalty of $500. Next one I have is top to bottom home improvements. This guy had a felony. It was he spent 4 years in prison basically for speeding on a motorcycle, and he did not see the cop behind him, so it led into other charges, evading, and apparently, according to what he said, that there had been a cop killed after chasing a motorcycle the year before, and they were making an example out of him, and this is his story. He seems to have led everything clear and clean since then. It is a home improvement license, so I think he's fine, and I'm recommending we approve license number 8816. That's all.
I have two. One, the first one is 72104 BDM Construction. It's a BCA license. Drug-related felony. It was discharged, and he was off probation since February of 2014. I would submit for approval. The other is a home improvement license, where we need to fine this person $100 and give him his home improvement license. He listed a job that he did for over the $3,000 limit.
Mr. Smith, could I have that file number or the company name?
On this last one,
Yes, sir.
8805.
Thank you.
8805 over.
Can I have a motion to approve all but that one that Keith pulled out? Can we do that by itself?
No, they all should be approved.
Okay.
We approve all the recommendations.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Revisions?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
LLEs?
I've got the LLEs this month, and we have 8 that have expired with no exam scores. So my recommendation to them is that we require an exam score to renew. We have a 9th one that had a felony conviction. I read over everything. It has stellar recommendations from several local community members for licensing. So I'm recommending we approve that, and that's the LLE list.
You have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
LLPs?
Yeah, I had the LLPs. There were five of them, and I recommend that we grant the LLP licenses. They were looking for the exam waiver, but they all gave proper documentation of experience in the plumbing field, and I recommend that we approve their requests.
Have a motion?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Go, Bill.
Thank you. My name is David McGowan. I'm Vice President of Go Build on the volunteer board for Go Build. We're in our 2nd year, and we're making a huge impact across the board with getting young students in high school to change their perception about the trades. We're doing a survey right now, and the initial results of the survey show that 23% of the students that we survey are aware of Go Build, and numerous of them have watched videos that we have online. Since the beginning of Go Build in Tennessee, 90 million ads have been seen or heard by students throughout the Tennessee market. We have 14,000 Facebook friends. We reach about 30,000 students a week right now with Go Build message out there. The Go Build program is working very well. We have trade schools that are telling us they're adding additional classes on right now because of the demand for learning welding, AC mechanic, and electrical work out there. The ABC board has told us that their apprentice program is up 53% year over year. We have 330 students currently in their apprentice program. So the program is doing very, very well, and we're very pleased with the progress it's making. If you look at Tennessee right now, we have a 4.5% unemployment rate. I can tell you that a lot of it has to do with the construction industry. In the state, the construction industry is hiring. We're changing the perception, too, of young people. And I challenge you all to talk to any young people you want to nowadays and say, would you consider a job in the construction field and the trades? And you say, the difference is you can go to college and go $200,000 in debt to go to college, or you can go into a trade school and learn a trade and be able to have a job and a future in construction. So we're making a difference out there.
Have we done anything with Home Depot? They've got a big push right now in the trade.
We actually gave you a grassroots program we have there going on. We have a young lady by the name of Evie Porter. and she goes through all the different job fairs and stuff. And we are actually doing partnerships with different organizations. One that we did here in Nashville that I was involved in was the Venture Science Center. We had Caterpillar, Kubota, and John Deere all volunteered to bring equipment out with operators to have a fair for young children to touch a truck and a piece of equipment. That particular event, we had over 2,000 young people come out and actually visit that particular display we had on for a day. And so we try to contact each one. I couldn't answer that question 100% if we got Home Depot, but I can tell you that we go to all the job fairs we can. And if you look through that list, you'll see we have anywhere from 100 students all the way up to thousands of students that will actually attend these job fairs. Again, the surveys that we're doing right now, in the initial surveys show that 23% of the students that we survey currently are very aware of Go Build and have either gone to our site or have watched videos about the trades that they can go into.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
Good report.
Thank you.
We needed some of these facts and figures that we haven't had.
Move to the legal report.
Dennis Gregory for the agency. We'll start with changes to the legal report. Number 14, 2016-06-5421, and number 15, 2016-06-542. 2000, which one? The first one or the second one? Okay. 2016-06-5422. Recommendations is going to be changed to a referral to a local district attorney. 23, 2017-06-8141. Recommendation change to a referral to a local district attorney. 44, 2017-07-7181. Recommendation changed to a $1,000 civil penalty. 35, 2018-005121. Recommendation is changed to a $2,000 civil penalty. 51, 2017-07-8401. Recommendation is changed to litigation monitoring. Number 3, 2017-06-2571. Recommendation is changed to a letter of warning. Number 5, 2017-06-6461. Recommendation is changed to litigation monitoring. Number 20, 2017-07-7661. Recommendation is changed to a letter of warning. 22, 2017-08-0951. Recommendation is changed to a $1,000 civil penalty. 23, 2017-08-2211. Recommendation is changed to a $1,000 civil penalty. 26, 2018-002741. Recommendation is changed to a letter of warning. 27, 2017-07-5591. Recommendation is changed to a letter of warning. (28) 2016-05-6941. Recommendation is changed to a suspension of home improvement license. Number 30, 2017-06-9271. Recommendation is changed to a letter of warning. 31, 2017-07-9801. Recommendation is changed to a letter of warning. 37, 2018-01-4471. Recommendation is changed to a $500 civil penalty. Number 1, 2014-000131, and number 2, 2014-000132. Recommendation is to close. Number 4, 2017-04-5321. Recommendation is letter of warning. Number 9, 2017-07-0231. Recommendation is litigation monitoring. Number 11, 2017-07-3331. Recommendation is revocation. I think that's the end of mine.
Stuart Huffman, Assistant General Counsel. Under the commercial, number 9, 2017-07-231. Recommendation is to place in litigation monitoring. Number 10, 2017-071-771. Recommendation was to assess a $1,000 civil penalty, formal charges for unlicensed activity. The board decision is to increase the civil penalty to $5,000. Number 11, 2017-07-3331. The recommendation was to authorize assessment of $5,000 civil penalty and formal charges for unlicensed activity. Board decision is to summary suspension hearing or revocation hearing. For electrical contractors, number 2, 2018-006-261. Recommendation was to close. Board decision is to place in litigation monitoring. Under plumbers, LLPs, number 1, 2017-073-981. Recommendation was to issue a letter warning. Board decision is to issue a letter warning and place in litigation monitoring. Number 4, 2018-000-381. Board decision on this is to have a revocation hearing. Number 5, 2018-001-331 is also the board decision is to have a revocation hearing. That completes the legal report.
And board members, while we're still on legal matters, there was a formal hearing that was scheduled for tomorrow, but the respondent has opted to sign an agreed final order, basically what would be like a consent order, except that now it's an agreed final order because we've already filed a notice of hearing and charges. I'm not sure if you all want a short summary of the matters, but effectively we just need the chairperson's signature on the agreed final order before it can actually be filed as such.
Yeah, that's fine. That's electrical, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I'll move for approval of the legal report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Have any formal hearings scheduled for our next meeting? No.
The only one that was scheduled for tomorrow was the one we just
Talking about
resolved.
for 2
But as
months.
far as the next, assuming that we can either one of the assistant general counsel can perfect service on those that have been approved for hearing. Yes, I think that's always just the running issue is service of process.
Carolyn, you want to talk about legislation?
Yes, these are in your iPads, and I believe I emailed these to you all to look at them. There's about 6 bills that affect the construction industry. The GO bill to extend it is passing. The Fresh Start bill, that's giving felons a fresh start. It seems to be passing as well. The lien law, where it was requiring the Register of Deeds to check to see if you're licensed before filing a deed for construction liens. That doesn't seem to be moving. And the retainage, I don't believe it's moving either. It went to general sub. And the felony theft for the new construction, in addition to the home improvement construction, it's also passed. And the apprenticeship construction, the construction part in the bill for apprenticeship has been removed, so that exempts construction and that apprenticeship bill.
And you don't think the Fresh Start bill affects the way we handle felons?
Based on the way you all review cases, it shouldn't, because you all look at each individual case. It's not a blanket policy where you automatically deny somebody that has a felony. And so the way I understand it, as long as you continue to look at each case on an individual basis and review it with the board and also meet with the person, you're fulfilling the requirements. They're mainly concerned of these boards that automatically deny the license just because you have a felony.
Automatic denial of the felonies, or if they're denying for felonies that don't really touch what that professional license would be. I think that's probably the goal of that bill.
We actually approve most felons, don't we? I mean, it's rare that we don't.
You look at each case.
Unless they're still on probation.
Yeah.
This wouldn't affect that policy for us about they're still on probation.
As long as you still look at them on an individual basis, the only concern would be if you automatically said, no matter what, you're going to be denied because you're still on probation. You still have to look at each individual case and vote on it and interview them.
Talk about the budget.
The budget is in your books, and right now we have $364,681 in our balance.
It's a year that started July or August 1, yeah.
Would you like to talk about the books now?
The law books, we've actually picked the colors. Navy blue is going to be the cover, but they're going to wait until this session is over, which will be October, to do the print. Since we've waited 15 years, we thought we'd wait and get one that had all the law changes in there.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Do we have any new business? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, let's go.
Excellent work.